y'all doing? What is going on, everybody out there? How are y'all doing? Yeah, I've been making some interesting videos about Kaspa recently, and I wanted to go over a few things. I got some comments here and there. Some things like I don't know, I don't know if they're concerns. It's like I responded to one guy. I said I was like, maybe I'll do a follow-up video, like a devil's advocate video. I was talking about covenants and all this stuff, and just some things in the back of my mind have me thinking. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Let me think. So I figured I go live, I talk about it, I see who comes on, see what I can address or what can be addressed, and I'll take it from there. But what's going on? Bitcoin, the market is stable. I mean, it's fine. It's not going, we're not creating a new low. We're not going below the 200-week moving average. The 200-week right now, I have the 50 right here, right? The 200-week is still going up, right? Let's see what it is. Right, 100 for the week, and yeah, 200-week moving average. Well, we're riding on it. We're not going below. If we go below, it's probably bad news, and I don't think we're going to go below. So far, it's like remains to be seen if Iran would have anything to do with it, because so far Bitcoin doesn't respond too much to whether there's good news or bad news with Iran. So who knows? But if there's another black swan event that's completely unrelated, oops, I pushed this off. What's going on? All right, it looks like we're okay right now. Yeah, if there's another black swan event that's unrelated, then we could go down, which is possible. And everybody can start commenting, and it's like, you see, there's a 4-year cycle. There's a 4-year cycle. Everybody keeps saying that, man. Oh, man. And I keep saying, there's probably no way in hell that we're going to bottom in October. Like, these 4-year cycle theorists are not going to let it happen at all. Right? If there's an extended bear market, like maybe there'll be a bottom after that or before that, but I don't think there's going to be another bottom. I don't think there's going to be another bottom unless something happens. Unless something happens. Anything could happen. Huge exchange could collapse, or China could invade Taiwan. It could happen. And if China invades Taiwan in October, then yeah, we'll have a bottom, you know. But it's not because of a magical 4-year cycle. It's just because of something that's explainable. So, well, we'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to be buying in like crazy in October. What do I think HBLSZKDVFBVOACH can do? I mean, I think it's HBLSZKDVFBVOACH. I mean, as long as it's the company behind it stays around, which I'm probably sure it will, you know, in an AI-driven cycle top. I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, who knows? I mean, it could go into the billions, right? Even if it just matches its AI 16Z all-time high, it's like a 500x or something like that, right? Crazy. But yeah, let's I'm gonna go into a lot of this Kaspa related stuff. We got 7 more days. 7 more days. Yeah. 7 more days for this hard fork that we have been waiting for a very long time. And I was talking about covenants in my recent video that I released earlier today. I really like doing those videos, right? These often hype videos, but they can be detailed videos because I research things and then I learn about them. And more recently, I've been trying to figure out how to have AI help with the editing, because in the past on my channel, I used to always make these really advanced, hyper edited videos and it just takes tons of time, man. So if I can have that sped up, it will be, I can get more videos out. Then it's more like, the duration of editing is sort of like demoralizing. It's so long to do, right? So it's just not worth it. But if I can speed it up, yeah, why not? I'll get more videos out, and then I get more excited to research more topics, and then we'll, get things moving. But when it comes to covenants. So, for those of you who don't know, Kaspa is going to be like the only coin out there that can have rules assigned to how certain addresses can spend things, right? So, if you have something that you have an address that can only send to this group of addresses, right? If there's a treasury, or trust, or something like that, it's just rules built into the sending of anything, of your tokens, right? Something that cannot be spent until this particular block, right? Just, again, rules requires two specific signatures, 2 of 3 or something like that. Requires different signatures, like like a CEO and a president of a company and somebody else, or a CFO needs to sign off on something. If you can send money to somebody, 10% can route to this other address. This is interesting. I'm going to get into that. So you can only move to another covenant with the same rules. Interesting. The thing that I was thinking of, like, this is sort of like how conceptually how a CBDC would work, right? A central bank digital currency. And that's been the concern that a lot of us have had when it comes to governments doing this type of stuff with blockchains and centralizing everything. So you could affect, like, they're already doing this type of stuff in China. And you know what? Maybe I'll do some research. It'll be nice to research, and I'll do some specific stuff about China. Maybe I don't know if they're doing something similar in Europe, but I think China is like extreme by comparison. Let's imagine there's a day when the government says you bought too much meat. You're only supposed to eat red meat like once a week or something. They'll stop you. They'll block you from buying something somewhere. So that's the concern with a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. And Kaspa is the first decentralized. It's the first blockchain at all, right? I mean, there's really no other even centralized proof of stake chain that does this. And Kaspa is going to be the first. Now, the other thing is, like, this one right here. Suppose if the government adopts Kaspa because of this, like, wow, this functions like the way we have envisioned our CBDC, but it's decentralized, and retail will just buy into it, right? We can make them think that they're not dealing with the government because they're getting to something proof of work and it's decentralized. And then we can put in our own rules. I was thinking like that. So, look, for example, your employer pays you a certain amount, whether it's 10% or 30% or wherever you live, is required to go off to pay taxes, and the government just goes right away as soon as your employer pays you. That's the concept of a CBDC, and now that could be done with Kaspa. So what if it's like mandated inside of Kaspa? Now, this is a good thing and a bad thing. All of us here, we'd be like, wow, that'd be crazy. Like, if the US government adopts Kaspa and it becomes official, it'll overtake Bitcoin. We'll get like a 10,000x. I think most of us would be like, yeah, we'll just look the other way, right? I mean, it would like literally turn into $1 trillion market cap, like soon, like almost overnight, relatively speaking, right? And then in a gigantic AI-driven cycle top that I'm anticipating, like I keep saying, like, we're in 1992 right now, and we got years and years of economic expansion to come. uh, you know, 10,000x would be like, but yeah, these are my concerns. So somebody else commented on my video that I released today. This particular person said, I don't know if I should just pull it up. This particular person said something like about an exchange, being worried about an exchange doing this type of thing. So videos, this is it. So check these videos. I guess you can say these last 3 videos have been you know, somebody commented on this one about Tao saying epic. Yeah, so people have been raving about it. I mean, look at the number of views. So the views on my channel are definitely up because of I guess my recent videos, right? But this right here, make sure this pauses. Yeah. So this right here, what does this mean that tokens I already own? I need to get all my cash off of exchanges or they might tamper with my coins and add rules to them. So yeah, this is somebody makes a good point right here. You don't own your exchange wallet, which is true. So it's not your keys, and so that means it's not your coin, right? So what if the exchanges now, if you have your Kaspa on exchanges, they can add rules to them, which is really interesting. Uh, so, and I mean, I didn't even think of this. You know, like you have a whole bunch of Kaspa on exchanges that can add rules to them. I mean, I don't think so. I'd probably create an uproar, but you know, it's just the concern that something like this could happen. I'm like, I mean, I guess the good thing that this brings a lot of attention to Kaspa. This is everybody's going to look at Kaspa and it's like, look what Kaspa can do. It's going to stand out among the crowd. So, I mean, that's a good thing for all of us Kaspa maxis, right? But you know, it's just one of those things. It's like devil's advocate. You know, how good is this? I mean, maybe it's good because this is going to be the first one to do it. It's going to make us stand out. But in the long run, I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the things you can do. I'm in my video. Go watch my video right here, right? If you haven't watched this already, go watch my video, and then I make some examples of it. But yeah, I want to get into this too when it comes to KRC20s. I got Croak on the thumbnail, man. Like hell yeah, yeah. Oh man, I'm feeling bullish, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm feeling bullish. I think it's only up from here, man.
Dudes and dudettes, Major League butt kicking is back in town.
I don't know. You know, there could be the thing where we start pumping right now and we just go up and maybe bounce off of the 50-week moving average and come back down. And then, you know, a lot of the group out there, the crowd, the 4-year cycle zombie is going to think that, you know, that's what expected. They're going to be like commenting on my videos like, see, I told you how we're going to go down and bottom out in October. Like, I told you so. You know, they're going to be, it's going to be like one of those things. I mean, it could happen. We could happen for like, you know, 4 or 6 weeks worth of recovery rally or like a dead cat bounce and then hit resistance against a 50-week moving average and just come back down. It's possible. But it all depends on why. Like the economy is pretty damn good. The economy is pumping. The last, like since January, we've been seeing more often than not, you know, not every single week, but more often than not, like 8 out of 10 times, you know, we've been seeing some good economic reports. Speaking of which, for the hell of it, let me just check what happened. What happened today? For the hell of it, let's see. It wasn't much. It was just a Fed speech. Tomorrow we got ADP employment change weekly. We got the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index that goes for the overall. It's one aspect for the overall ISM PMI and so on. So I'll report on this tomorrow, but yeah, I mean, the overall, the economy is doing very, very good. Everything, all the markets have been pumping, these last 6 months. It's just crypto, man. It's just crypto. You got so many people who have, just say like, I want to get out now because a bear market is going to start. And then we hit a bear market. But there's no other reason other than that, other than groupthink. There's just no other reason that we should be in a bear market. Like, there's no other circumstances that resemble anything from previous bear markets at all. It's like everything else is the exact opposite. And we saw that going on. I was checking those charts on that site, Check on Chain, like almost like every single day, every live stream I had, like in December, January, February. And it's like people are doing the opposite. People are selling when the price is going down. And typically long-term holders sell when the price goes up. And they accumulate when the price is, at the bottom. But it just looks like the opposite. But we'll see what happens. We could go down, and I'm like, yeah, we could go down, and we could, we experience a black swan event. What's going on? Good evening. Kaspa's about to take over for the game for real. Exactly. I hope so, man. I hope so. Tao, isn't it? Tao, isn't it? What was that related to? The video? Yeah, watch the Tao video. Tao and Kaspa, I think, keep calling those out. I think those are the biggest winners, Tao and Kaspa, of this new bull run that's going to be happening. And I think we're going to have like many tops. I think, like, let's say Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going to make continuous all-time highs. That's what I think. If we really, really get out of this Iran situation and there's actually peace, I mean, then there's nothing to worry about. I don't want to jinx us, right? Like, what else could go wrong? Then there's nothing to worry about. We're just going up from here. But the economy is great. And there's all signs point to that we're going to have some really sizable economic expansion. I want to get into that too. It's crazy, the things that are going on. What is going on? You're saying that the clickbait titles are great, for my videos. Yeah, man. I mean, getting those views, man. I see on crypto Twitter, man, people are raving about some of those Kaspa videos and so on. So, yeah. $10 Kaspa. I woke up and what I knew about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's if the government adopts Kaspa because of the covenant. They don't have to create a CBDC because all the sheeple will just buy into Kaspa better. They're like, I don't want to deal with this central bank digital currency. I want something that's fair launch and proof of work. And the government is like, yeah, I know what these people want. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Got million Kaspa, got 2 million. That's a lot. How many Eliza West? Well, yeah, a million Kaspa is a decent sized bag. And Eliza West, I don't memorize the price of Eliza West. I only memorize like the market cap. Because I referenced like the 6 million. Okay, so that's probably a decent amount right there, right? So yeah, man, I hope so. The chart, I noticed this pattern was like continuous descending channels, and then it pops up, and then a descending channel pops up, descending channel pops up. So it's very interesting the way it behaves. Like I'm not too concerned. I mean, it's like a bull flag. I go all the way, and it's like descending channel, whoop, pops up, descending channel pops up. Happens quite often, but I mean, I'm not too concerned. The back and behind it, the reputation they have, the funding, everything. it's one of those things. I think just like this, there's a lot of good coins out there. There's a lot of good stuff, and all the charts look really bad. Like it's a bear market, all the charts are going to look really bad, right? So, let's put on some chill music. There we go. Yeah, Lamborghini Aventador, exactly. Yeah, man, the amount of pumps we're gonna get. But we'll see what happens. There's a poll in my group just a couple hours ago asking people, well, what do we think Kaspa's going to be like? The price of Kaspa by the end of the year. And actually, I don't know, man. I would say if things are normal, it's like between 5 or 10 cents by the end of the year. If things are just normal. Now we could get into a problem. We could get into like endless drama with Iran, and like it never ends, and then things, there's bad sentiment, and things are not pumping, and it's like an extended bear market, and we could get into something like that. Everything is just bad, and there's just nothing to show for it. We did have this before. If I want to point this out. But keep in mind that we don't know if we're in a bull run right now, right? Like the bear market doesn't end until we get above and close above the 50-week moving average. So that's official, right? But if the bottom is behind us, that means the bull run has started right now. We just don't know it yet, and it becomes official when we close above the 50-week moving average. But we don't know that. The bottom could still be ahead of us, which means the bear market just continues, and it could go on forever. But there's one time period right here. You know what? Maybe I'll go here instead. Yeah, I usually point it out over here. The Bitcoin power law chart. So there's one time period right here was like the craziest time in crypto ever. It's just boring for years and years and years. So this is the this is a 2017 cycle top. So this is a 2017 cycle. The first 4-year cycle. I want to throw that out there because the previous 2 cycles were 2.5 years each. Just wanted to nudge that in a little bit. This was the first 4-year cycle, and there was no mid-cycle top at all. So you see, the Bitcoin was born 2.5 years later. We have the cycle top in June of 2011. There was a mid-cycle top, and then there were 2 mid-cycle tops in the 2013 cycle. 2.5 years later was the cycle top in 2013. So if you were living in this time period, you would have thought that Bitcoin cycles run 2.5 years. You would have thought. And then you get to here and you're like, wow, this is like boring forever. And it's never ending. Never ending. And then it's like, okay, the cycle top is here. Okay, this is the first 4-year cycle. Not to get into this whole 4-year cycle zombie stuff, but I'm just saying that if things go bad with Iran, just continues, who knows? The bottom could be in front, ahead of us. Even if the bottom is like in December or something like that, I still don't think October is going to be red at all. I think that nobody's going to let it happen. People are going to FOMO into it. They're going to see those green candles and I'm like, damn, I want to get in because it looks like, we're not going to go down. I'm going to get in. Right? They're going to keep pushing it up every single day, up and up and up, week after week. Before you know it, October is going to be a green month. Just because of all that. So I don't believe anything else is going to happen otherwise. But hopefully not. Just because of economic expansion. I don't think it's going to be too bad. We'll see. What's going on, Billy Bong? When is Jonathan Sampelisky going to get a Binance listing? I don't know. I don't think he cares, man. It's not going to happen. I think it's just going to be organic. There's going to be a lot of demand for Kaspa eventually. And, these exchange listers are just going to have to list it. That's just going to happen. This is one of those things. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen until things start going parabolic. And there's accumulation out there. There's whales accumulating like crazy, and some of them just could be exchanges. So maybe some of them are preparing for it behind the scenes. It wouldn't make sense to, I always say that it wouldn't make sense for these big exchanges to list Kaspa until we're getting really close to the cycle top. When it goes parabolic, then they open up the floodgates, all retail coming in, and maybe they already have like stashes of Kaspa they've been accumulating all this time. I don't know what else could go wrong, man, right? Yeah, man, it's like the war with Iran, everything could end, and we'd be like, everyone would just be celebrating, and we get some good pumps for like a week or two, and then like something else just goes wrong that we didn't even think about, man. I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. But you can't be like this forever. Like I think that like 2025 was like a bad year, man. It was like, I always just say keep getting beaten over the head, and we're still like this right now. Hopefully we're going to come out of it soon. We got some good times ahead. Imagine you're in 1992 and you're a stock trader, something like that. Just imagine that. You got some good times ahead of you. So it could work out like that. Definitely could work out like that. Keep stacking cash. We'll be at 3 million. Yeah, man. Yeah. Woo! There we go. $10 is a little bit of a crazy talk, to be honest. Yeah, I think what whoever said it was $10, I think it was just referring to what I was saying. I don't know if you joined late. I was talking about this whole covenant stuff and how this resembles a CBDC, and I was saying, okay, what if the U.S. government adopts it? I was just saying like that, because this right here, like an employer can be mandated, to send like 10, 20, 30%, whatever in taxes to the government directly once they get paid. Like, for example, if they get paid in Kaspa, that's what I was saying. Like $10, like Kaspa would be more than $10. If the U.S. government adopts Kaspa, it'll overtake Bitcoin instantly. And then in the cycle top, yeah, in the cycle top, it would be like a freaking $1,000 Kaspa. But that's just conceptually with all this right here, because there's no other coin at all that's going to have these type of rules, covenants. There's no other coin, not even a centralized proof of stake coin. Very interesting that this has this Kaspa now is going to have something that we've all feared in CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Like, hey, dude, you bought too much red meat this week, man. You got to cut back. We're going to cut you off from buying meat. You're only supposed to eat You're only supposed to eat meat once a week or once a month or something like that. Things like that. Hey, man, you bought too much alcohol or something like that. I mean, I mean, you should cut back on alcohol anyway. But I'm just saying, yeah, you bought too much alcohol now. You got to stop. Something like that. Kind of crazy. Or just blocking you. Now you can't buy an airplane ticket. Right here. Right now you can't buy an airplane ticket because you said something you said something hurtful on social media. You hurt people's feelings on social media. Now you can't buy an airplane ticket. But yeah, that was just conceptual. U.S. government is adopting Kaspa. Long shot, but I'm just saying. The music is a little loud. Interesting. I'll look into that. I thought it was kind of low for me. Because normally people commented that music was pretty good, right? What about this? If we make it big time with Kaspa, and then this goes down lower. Just subtle in the background. Never gonna be peace over there. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna be peace. I doubt it's gonna be peace over there. Yeah. This is whole is really a Lebanon thing. Yeah. What was the best three? What best three coins? You know, what I like is different from what I think is gonna pump, right? It's like I like Kaspa, right? I even like Bitcoin. I like proof of work. I like when things are decentralized. What else out there? I mean, I like Litecoin. I like Litecoin too. You know. But yeah, I have a list of favorites. Some of them even more favorite than the other favorites. Eliza Rice is one of them. And yeah, Eliza West and a few others. You know, Towers, but that Towers definitely up there. Oh, the Japan carry trade plays out. I don't know why we're thinking at the bottom yet. Yeah. Man, you're jinxing us, man. You're totally jinxing us. What's going on? Okay. KRC 20s. Yeah, I was gonna there's something out there. If any of you guys know, and you can answer this, you know, drop a comment in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, just comment on the vid. What I understand is that now any future KRC20 tokens that get minted are going to be on chain. But I don't know if that patches the issue with the existing KRC20s, and I can't really find the answer to this. I asked AI, you know, asked Grok, asked Gemini, I just can't really. There's no verifiable information. So metadata coordinated off-chain, indexes assign who owns what. So it's like patchwork the way the existing KRC20s are inscribed onto Kaspa, right? Supposedly now they become native after Takata hard fork. And I'm just wondering if all the KRC20s move into that environment and become native to the L1. I don't know. I would like to hope that that's the case, but I haven't found any information to prove or disprove that. And if anybody knows, you know, put a, you know, drop a comment, because it would be interesting, right? Because then we have like, okay, now you can swap Kaspa and the KRC20 tokens, right? The same way you do with like Solana. But can you do that right away with the existing KRC20 tokens? Or is it only going to be for the new ones? The way things are described, it makes it sound like you can only do it with the new ones. You have two ecosystems. But I can't confirm that. If anybody knows, please let me know. It'll be interesting to find out. Kaspa is $100 coin, man. Yeah. Deserves a horn. Exactly. I didn't look into this hard fork at all, but we don't need to send it to an exchange. No, no. No, there's nothing like it's not like a migration of a token. Like AI16Z turns to Eliza OS. It's not like that. No, we didn't do anything. Not at all. It's just like the Crescendo hard fork. You know, hard fork means that you know, a fork is a fork in the code, right? But hard fork means that it changes over and there's no two different chains. There's no branch out. So it's like a hard fork. I don't know. It's just like a hard fork, and then everybody is going to be on the new fork, so to speak. Now you don't remain on the old one. You get on a new one with all the new tech on the new one, on the new branch, right? Programmer terminology, right? Like Git, right? So you fork something. Is usually you're branching off. You have a new version of the same app, right? In this case, the hard fork, rather than fork, just means that everybody's on the new version of the same app. But yeah, there's nothing you need to do. It's not like a migration you got to do. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. That was a fork. That wasn't a hard fork. Yeah. Yeah, that was a fork. But so there was actually two different chains when Bitcoin Cash forked off of Bitcoin. Yeah, and it was updated. I think, what was it? There's other forks like Dogecoin. There's a coin called Lucky Coin that forked off of Bitcoin, and then Dogecoin forked off of Lucky Coin, and so on. I remember back in the day there were a lot of Litecoin forks, but I don't think any of them survived. There were a lot of them back then, like a lot. Slippy to the moon. I agree. Slippy to the moon. Yeah, man. Let's talk about these KRC20, man. KRC20s. I put Croak. I love Croak. Did one of those hyper edited videos about Croak. Some of these are like, crazy low market cap. But these make a real comeback. I don't know if things are gonna pump after this hard fork. 7 days, right? 7 days from now, all this happens. But I mean, I don't think things are gonna pump. Things will pump. Things will pump just because there's something out there in the markets that are pretty good. Everybody's bullish off of Iran. Everything goes smoothly. Things will pump. Things like that. But I don't think the hard fork is going to decide the prices. But looking good, man. Slippy to the moon. Slippy's at a 14K market cap. Yeah, man. Like some of these things, if you just throw in $20, not financial advice, right? Sometimes you want to throw in a little bit more, maybe $500 or 1,000 or whatever. But some of these things, if they take off, like if Crow Ghosts are only a 20 million market cap, that's 100x, right? That's crazy. Like how low everything is. Nacho is 3 million. Like Kaspi is an awesome play. Imagine it goes. Yeah, it can go. These things go into like tens of millions. You get into like 100x's or even more in some cases, right? Depending on what it is. And if it's a 100x, put it at 20 million. Crazy, right? How did Cappy get this low? How did Cappy was like relatively high from what I remember. It was like a 80K like a couple months ago, wasn't it? No, I don't know what happened with Cappy. Maybe a whale just dumped or something. But Bitcoin Gold, yeah, I remember that too. And I remember Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's Vision, which is sort of like Bitcoin Cash in terms of the technology, but it was more adaptive. What's my lowest Kaspa buy price? I mean, I don't know. I've bought a few here and there the last couple months, like 3 cents, but I mean, my average is like 11 cents. because of the majority, like I bought huge sums of Kaspa when I thought there was going to, when I was a 4-year cycle zombie, and I thought the cycle top, the real cycle top, was going to be in 2025. I was over there back in 2024 buying at like 10, 11, 12 cents. Man, I wish I shed my 4-year cycle zombie status sooner. But yeah, I don't even matter. Like I bought like probably $1,000 like a month ago or whatever it was, 3 cents or 3 something, or well, maybe it was lower, right? Because it would have been like 2.8 cents or whatever it was. Because I gotta try to get it. I wanna put another buy in if it goes below 2.7 cents. But this doesn't even put a dent in my average. It's really crazy. Got to stick through it, man. Otherwise, man, you get too demoralized. You got to stick through it. You know that in the future, you're going to be doing so much better. The fiat market value based on power law value is 30-cent Kaspa? Fiat market value based on the power law value is... I don't quite understand what you're saying here. So I got a Kaspa power law chart on my site, right? Well, maybe I'm not following what you're saying. Like right now, power law, average power law for Kaspa would be 17 cents. Yeah, if you guys want to check out this power law site, just click the link in the description below. And then power law is in the top nav, Kaspa power law. And click on this orange button while you're at it to join the community. But yeah, I don't quite get it. Are you saying something like the devaluation of the monetary supply? Is that what you mean? Because I often say that, like, Bitcoin at 126K only kept up with inflation. Because it's almost like equal. If you compare it to USD, Bitcoin's top in 2021 of like 68K is almost the equivalent of like 120K in 2025, just because the money supply doubled. Like if you compare it to gold, there's only like a 7% increase. It's not much at all. Which another reason goes to prove that there was no cycle top. There was no cycle top last year. If you go to Bitcoin power law, there wasn't even a local top. It didn't even go above average power law. So you don't want to be a doomer? Well, don't be a doomer, man. Don't be a doomer. What are you saying here? With Kaspa getting his contracts on chain, I think things like Eager token will probably dump. I don't know, maybe. Maybe not immediately, but why do we need an L2 when we do it on the L1? This is what I agree with. Yeah. And then we have these like separate ecosystems where we have like Kasplex meme tokens, right? And Kasplex tokens, we have Eager tokens, we have L1 tokens. And then we might have this like the original KRC20s that are not on the L1 and sort of like, I don't know if they're floating around. Creates all this confusion. I really would like to know if somebody can answer that. Do the existing KRC20s become native on the L1 during this hard fork? Or do they stay as they are for some time period and any new KRC20s become native only if they're new after the hard fork? And then do the existing KRC20s just need to migrate to the native? I just don't know. I can't find that answer anywhere. You just can't find it. You know, you searching, you know, you ask AI to help you out and help you find it too. You can't find it, so it's like, I don't know. You got somebody has to be in the loop with the Oniton to go ask them a question. I don't know, man. What year do you think it'll hit 50 cents and a dollar? What's your non-financial advice? So I can get so I don't get the balls kicked. Yeah, speaking of which, no financial advice here. Anybody who thinks it's financial advice gets punched in the balls. Yeah, it's just hard to say. When Kaspa gets to 50 cents or a dollar, it's like things have to be pumping like crazy. We don't know when that's going to happen. I had been saying 2027 for a long time, but I don't know at this point. Like the more and more, it's not only do I think that things are being delayed a little bit, but I think as the more time goes on, the more I think that we're going to be in like this multi-year run, like multi-years, like 5 years worth of continuous economic expansion, like the 90s. I started to think that way like maybe 6 months ago, and it's like as time goes on, I just start to like suddenly like become more and more convinced that could be the case. Like there could be an all-time high of Bitcoin in 2027. There could be, and then there could be another all-time high in 2028. Yeah, it just could be. And then it's like all the alts are just going to be pumping along and pumping, and then at that point, Kaspa will get to 50 cents, and then it will get to a dollar. Eventually, just things will just be pumping. And it'll be ups and downs here and there, of course, but it's hard to say. Yeah, it's really hard to say. Damn, that's a low price. You bought it as 0.2 of a cent. Wow. Yeah. 16, 20 cents. If we did to 2 cents, I'll buy some more. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, your best bet is to ask that in the Nacho Discord. Whose team members know the most about the Kaspa ecosystem? They talk. All right, thank you. I will check that out. Yeah, it seems like nobody knows that, man. Yeah, I will check that out. Funny thing is that when I posted that I bought it on X, there were hardly any likes. It's crazy. Yeah, I didn't really know about Kaspa. I guess I think I first heard about Kaspa when it was like the summer of 2023. And it was low. I just didn't buy it yet. And because at first I've been around in crypto. Like I remember everybody saying, this is the coin that's going to overtake Bitcoin. It's happened. It's happened before. I was into Digibyte. Digibyte was a good play of mine. It's still around. I was surprised. It's in 2021 it beat its 2017 all-time high, which is pretty good. Usually altcoins don't beat their all-time high from their previous bull cycle in their second. They don't beat it in their second bull cycle, which is pretty good. But yeah, that was the thing. Digibyte was this proof of work coin that was going to be better than Bitcoin because it's much faster, which is fast. It was faster. Digibyte was Litecoin was faster than Bitcoin, and Digibyte was faster than Litecoin. Like, oh yeah, so like Digibyte is the future. So that was like, so Kaspa was like the same old thing. I'm like, yeah, I know. There's always something that's going to overtake Bitcoin, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And when I finally looked into it, it was like October. I really deep dive into it. It was like October 2023. Then was like November. It just went up past 10 cents when I started buying into it. Uh, yeah. Did you buy Minecraft servers? I remember there was a time that was the 2017 run. Yeah, yeah. Back then, did you buy Minecraft? Yeah. Let's check that out. Did you buy? It's still around. I guess in my circles right now, I don't really like you. We all have these echo chambers, right? Like I don't really hear anybody talking about it. Like everybody's got their echo chambers, right? Like XRP. Like I'm sure there's circles where people are talking about XRP like all the time, right? That's crazy. Or maybe like Chainlink. um, but yeah, look at 94 centralized exchanges. It's uh it's really all time. See what I mean right here? Look, it's all time high in 2017. And then look at his all time high over here in 2021. And 2025 doesn't count because there was no cycle top and all time high for crypto, man. There is no 4-year cycle, man. This is the 5th year of the longest cycle. So, but yeah, I mean, this is Digibuy, and this damn thing's still around. You and DGB shilling that. Yeah, I know, man. I remember those days. Yeah, look at this. A Digibuy, that Twitter space. Oh no, they're reposting. Digidollar awareness. Okay, yeah, it's them. It's them. They're doing Twitter spaces. They're definitely around, man. Crazy. I don't. I mean, I mean, I'm not going to buy it now, but to be honest, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to buy this right now. I mean, if it could go to its all time high, or even is even near this all time high, look how many multipliers you're going to get. 2 billion. Crazy. So so yeah, so what is it? So 50 million. Uh, yeah, 20x, 40x. They got 40x all time high. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. Did you buy forward thinking bracelet? It's funny. Did you buy maxis? Yeah, there's always something. I'm sure there's all these other echo chambers out there, like maybe H bar echo chambers and obviously Chainlink. I don't know about Chainlink. Chainlink in concept has good technology, right? Like it's decentralized private keys is what they started off with. But the problem is that is it Chainlink? No, I'm not thinking about Chainlink. What the hell am I thinking of? It's not Chainlink. No, definitely not Chainlink. Chainlink is different. I mean, what the hell am I thinking of? Decentralized private keys. What is that? It's a popular. No, it's a really popular coin. Why the hell can I think of it? ICP. That's the one I'm thinking of. Jesus Christ. Yeah, ICP. Yeah, in terms of technology, pretty good. But the thing is, like the tokenomics, as an investment, I mean, I would stay away. But yeah, my point is that there's like ICP echo chambers where people are, um, people are talking about this nonstop, like it's gonna be the best thing ever, right? And if we have a really nice, awesome cycle top, maybe we'll do a 20x or something, maybe 10x. But I mean, look, max supply is infinite. And that's the first thing that like makes you want to turn away, right? You can't really get too many multipliers out of this thing. Anybody into ICP out there? Drop a comment. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Tell me what you like about it. I mean, I think the concept of it, I think it's pretty good. I really do. But then again, it's like, why wouldn't you want to have Tao now? And Tao is what, you know, sort of like replaces the concept of agents build up for sophisticated software. Yeah. What else we got going on here? CDC. I don't know if I remember that one. CDC. What's that? CDC. I'm sorry. SDC. You're saying SDS. SDC. Yeah, I don't know what this is. SDC. Probably not this one. Yeah. It was like, it was 2017 was like that. It was just like, for years, it was just nothing but sideways chop for years with no mid-cycle top for 4 years. It was crazy, the worst ever. It just made you think that crypto is boring right now, and it's just going to maybe gradually increase over time, but then suddenly within a couple of months, the thing just went parabolic in 2017. But yeah, it made everybody think. Now this year in January, I did a reaction video on my channel to Benjamin Cowan, a video that he made back in 2020, like early 2020, right before COVID or something. Where was it? Right? Yeah, here. What did he just say? So reacting to Ben Cowan in March of 2020. If you want to check it out, go look for it. And he was actually calling people. It seemed like he was implying that people were dumb to like believe in like in a 4-year cycle, right? He was implying that people were dumb to believe in a 4-year cycle because he was saying it just makes sense that the lengthening cycle theory was the only thing that made sense, right? Because what people were saying was 2017, this was a 4-year cycle, and they grouped this 2011 cycle into 2013 and said, oh, that's 4 years too, which is really 5 years, right? Because it's 2.5 years plus 2.5 years is 5 years. But they were saying 2013 was a 4-year cycle, and Bitcoin's first year didn't count because nobody knew about it. 2009, it was like it just didn't count, right? Because nobody knew about it. It was like that. So they were saying 2013 was a 4-year cycle. Year one didn't count. And then 2017 was a 4-year cycle. So everybody was saying, we're dealing with 4-year cycles because of the halving, because the halving is every 4 years. And Benjamin Cowan in that video was making the argument that 4-year cycles, in terms of a Bitcoin cycle, regardless of the halving, right? Just discounting the halving just didn't make any sense. He was saying that the only way to go was a lengthening cycle, right? That over time the cycle is going to get longer and longer, right? So we have 2.5 years, 4 years. He was of the belief that the cycle in 2020, he was of the belief that the cycle was going to end like in, I forgot, whatever, you can watch the video. The cycle was going to end like in 2023 or something. So it was going to go from 2018 after the end of the 2017 cycle and go on off until like 2023. So it would have been like 6 years if that was the case. And that was lengthening cycle theory, which got thrown out the window because the top happened in November of 2024. 2021. It happened in November of 2021. And so then it was like, oh, so 4-year cycles are really a thing. But the thing is that I came to realize as of about a year ago, maybe a little bit more at this point, maybe like 13, 14 months, I started realizing that the cycles match up to peak QE. So the money supply top, peak QE. And like going out a year and a half, it's like when the money printer is turned on, like year and a half, give or take, the cycle top happens. And then I realized that because of COVID, it sort of like pulled that 2023 cycle top to 2021, just because of all the liquidity that was just pumped into the market, right? Dropping of interest rates to zero, the money printing plus the stimulus, and all of that is what just caused the cycle top to happen earlier. So lengthening cycle theory was invalidated. Not that I think it was valid to begin with, because I think it's all based on the business cycle. It's really based on the economy. Whatever the economy is doing is what all assets are going to do. And we have a divergence right now with Bitcoin because the majority of people think that there's supposed to be a bear market, so they dumped and created a bear market. So one of those things. Always something interesting happening. Icon and Neo, yeah, remember those. ICP, oh boy, I have some of those. These clown NFTs. Yeah. Yes, we need to see the $3 Kaspa. I really agree. That'll be like 100x from today, which I think is realistic. Put out 100 billion market cap, and we have a multi-trillion-dollar crypto market cap, total crypto market cap. Should be doable. SDC was Shadow Cash. Shadow Cash. I don't know. Maybe I heard of it back then. I don't remember. It's going to be the next Amazon. It was on Poloniex, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really get into ICOs. Yeah, back then I just had like a set group of coins. I wasn't buying a lot like I do right now. I do that now because of the software that I got in my community that picks out all these coins, which is a good point, a good segue, man. Click the link in the description below. You guys join the greatest community ever. We just found 2 of them late last week. Already pumping like a 2 or 3x or whatever. Two really, really good ones. 2 really, really good ones. Good narrative, good backing, millions of dollars in investors, lots of centralized exchanges. So yeah, get in on you guys, man. We just did that 353x on the lab token a few weeks ago. And like a week ago, we did a 58x on the Velvet token. So yeah, we get in all these coins early. So join, click that link in the description. Yeah. Anybody out there wanna shill a couple of KRC20 tokens? This is Slippy. Slippy, another frog. I don't even know what this one is, man. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is Crex right here. We got lots of frogs, turtles. I don't know if those are actual characters. This should be Simon, but Simon's on ETH. Yeah, some of these are so, like I said, Slippy, look at that, 14K market cap. I mean, geez, 100x. I mean, you think about it, if it goes to 1.4 million, it's not a large market cap if something goes to 1.4 million market cap. And if it does, if this goes to 1.4 million market cap, that's 100x. So it's very interesting. Like, what could happen? Pac-Man. Yeah, they've been in the game. I don't have any Pac-Man KRC20, but they've been in the game. They got some really cool graphics, the way they draw it. Last Man on E. Humpy the whale. Is that what it is? That whale that I just browsed through? Man, Slippy really likes Last Man on E. Slippy is like all into Last Man on E. Humpy, is that the one? Humpy. Am I nuts here? Do they not? Is it this or is it not? Is it just cast lenses like this? I don't see any links to any. All right, let's use Caspa. Oh, what am I doing? Cancel. What the hell am I doing? Geez, what am I? What the hell is? Okay, here, right here. Okay, cool. Humpy. All right, now we got Twitter. See what this guy looks like. So I guess that's what it was. The Slippy was with Humpy. Yeah, it's crazy to get on a centralized exchange of a meme coin. Yeah, my bet is on Kango and Nacho. They got money. Kango. Yeah, I have a little bit of Kango. Not one of my favorites though. I remember when this thing came out, and I remember discussing it with people, and they were like, "What is that?" They're like, "It's some sort of a, it's some sort of like a weird gecko that's pixelated." So Kaspa Lens doesn't have links to their socials? I guess not. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, I didn't buy into it in the beginning. I didn't buy into it early. Like I bought into a lot of the KRC20s early, but Kango wasn't one of them because I was like, it makes you think of a kangaroo, number one. Then you look at it, it's like a pixelated gecko. Like, what the hell is that? And I just never bought into it early. And then it was like, okay, so it's a chameleon. But I mean, I have some. I have something. I bought it, but it's probably the market cap I got it at is probably like before. Yeah, probably like a million or something like that. 900K when I bought it. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, you're not posting any content. The last content was in January. Are you sure? They didn't post anything. I don't know, man. To not post anything in 6 months at this point, it's crazy. I mean, at least they didn't delete their Twitter profile, but what else a publicist? Let me guess some. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is not like, and the market cap is 406K and they haven't posted anything since January? That's really weird. That's high. I mean, considering that something like Croak, they post all the time. And the market cap, well, the market cap is the same. So Croak is 404K, and Kango is 406. But these guys don't post at all. I would expect that they would just like, I don't know. Then like, what's going on with Cappy? Cappy was surprised. Oh, well, it says 88K right here. Then I just thought, I could have sworn I just saw something that says, I don't know. Who knows what to believe, right? So Kaspa Lens says Cappy is 7K. And it says Kango is 449K. Yeah. Yeah, in Kaspa.com, it's 406K. Who knows what to believe? Jeez. Yeah, I haven't bought any KRC20s in a long time, except for Slippy. I got into Slippy at a 10K market cap, so I'm still up. Anyways, guys, I think that's been good enough, man. I've been on here for a long time, and I am going to take your advice, and I'm going to see if I can find that Nacho Discord to get some of those questions answered about the KRC20s, man. And remember, do me a solid, man. Go over there and click that like button and share. It doesn't only help my video, it doesn't only help me, it helps all of us, right? Because we get the word out. And, you know, helps out the channel too. So I really appreciate that. Subscribe, share, drop a comment, like, you know, do whatever you want, do whatever you like. But do it on this video. I'll catch you guys later.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.